Hello, my beautiful souls, and welcome to Healing with Hila. This is your space for aligning, expanding, and reconnecting with who you truly are. I'm your host, Hila Kedem Ferguson. I'm a transpersonal hypnotherapist, manifestation coach, and sound creator. Thank you so much for inviting me into your life. Hello, my beautiful souls. I am excited for today. I really love that our recent podcasts have really become these channeling sessions. It's been really a privilege to be able to share with you guys these understandings and knowings that have been coming to me and through me. And it's very exciting for me to just be an open channel without really knowing what we're going to talk about and just allow it to flow through me. Once again, I am connected to Orion's Council. That's what they refer themselves as. And really being a willing and open vessel for these understandings to come. Like always, I'm going to speak as if they are speaking. That's really purely because it's the easiest way for me to share this information with you guys. Nothing is being taken over. I have my free will in action, and it's just a little easier than to just try to translate it and change the way that the language and words come. And like I mentioned, I have no idea what they want to share with us today, but I'm just going to open up and see what comes through. Hello, friends. We are so excited and happy to be here today to share more information with you to help balance this planet and bring forth more awareness and alignment for anybody that chooses to listen. We want to talk to you today about your ability to stay in alignment internally versus the idea of external expectations, the idea of good and bad, the pieces that you think you should be doing versus the pieces that tell you inside how to behave and how to act. You have operated throughout your life through the lens of not only yourself, but also the society in which you live in. And in many ways, each society has a different lens in which you would live by. If you've lived on another side of the planet under different conditions, the lens in which you would behave would be very different. But that is something that not many think about. They tend to be very centered and connected to the societal rules and roles that are around them. And we are here to just help you sift through all of that mess and be able to understand that you have an internal guidance system that teaches you and help you through what you would call good and bad. You do not need external rules and regulations truly to know if you are on the path that feels good and aligned for you, or if you are on the path that feels wrong. Many of you think that if you didn't have these laws and regulations, then it would be a free for all, that chaos would reign, and you must have those core things operating in order for balance and peace to reign. But we are here to tell you that it's not necessarily true, especially as you look at the world around you. There is still adversity, there is still contrast, there is still pain, there is still wrong, as you would call it. And so, this idea that these rules and regulations that you put on you is what's keeping you in line is a really misconception. It's a false premise. Each one of you has an internal guidance system. It has the ability to tune within and understand what is in alignment, what is right for you, what is part of your mission, your purpose in this life, and what isn't. And in a way, each one of your guidance system is a little bit different because you each came with a different purpose. You each came with a different idea of what you would like to bring forward and accomplish on this planet and bring forth. And you don't necessarily operate through the same lens. Some of you have volunteered to be the perpetrators. Some of you have volunteered to be the victims. Some of you have volunteered to live in the highest morals, and some of you volunteered to live in the lowest. And when you allow yourself to understand what it is that drives you, it brings your life into a space of more freedom and clarity. We want to teach you how to stay connected to that inner voice that guides you through your life so you can live your life with more freedom. Freedom to truly fulfill the purpose in which you wanted to bring forth into physical reality, why you came here. And when you achieve this freedom, you are able to fulfill your destiny, if you want to call it that. You'd be able to do the things that you planned ahead as a soul before coming into this physical body. Accomplish the tasks that you placed upon yourself that would lead you to the most optimal expansion. And we understand that it can be difficult, especially as you are raised around the collective that dictates for you what is right and what is wrong. But again, if you've placed yourself on the other side of the planet, what you think is right might be wrong there, and what you think is wrong here might be right there. Even within your society, you operate through so many rules and regulations that are different, all depending on where it is on the planet you chose to incarnate and live your life. We want you to seek your inner alignment above all else. We want you to understand that there isn't such a clear good and bad line, black and white line. There isn't. That, again, sometimes what you deem as bad is truly something that your own soul choose to bring forward for the greater balance or the greater good. And something that you deem as good was not in alignment of what your soul is here to do. Again, there's a freedom that comes when you understand that you have an internal compass that guides you. You have the ability to listen internally and understand how to take the next step and in what way it's serving and in what way it won't, how to follow through, how to operate from that space within that is guiding and connecting you to your physical existence. Understand that your time here in this body is fleeting. It is so small in comparison to who you are as a non-physical being. It is the smallest dot on the map. You are just now becoming aware of the galaxies that are around you, the vastness of the universe that surrounds you. It allows you to begin to get a understanding and some clarity as to how small this part of your existence really is, and how really your main purpose in coming here was to take the time that you have and expand the most from it, utilize it so you can grow your frequency and vibration, your non physical self, in the most optimal way. And the way that you do that, the way that your expansion is being served on its highest level, is by listening to that internal compass that you have, allowing yourself to shut down some of the rules and regulations that don't necessarily apply to you and reconnect with who you really are. And we want you to understand that what we're talking about really sits more rooted in thinking and less in action. Yes, actions will eventually be born from your thinking, but really it stems from your thinking. Really, it stems from the choices that you make within your mind, not necessarily the external choices you choose to make in physical reality. It really comes down to the thought that is either in alignment, operating through your own internal guidance system, supporting you, growing you, helping you expand, or misalignment, coming from an external set of rules that is no longer applicable. Again, the key is the thought. It's not necessarily the action. The action is only a manifestation, a physical manifestation of the vibrational thoughts that first occur to you. And we want you to get good with the thoughts that you choose to have, with the pieces that you call into yourself every day in your vibrational reality, which is your thoughts and your feelings, and how to move forward from that. There is a reason why you have positive feelings and what you would call negative feelings. You feel it in your vibrational body. It allows you to understand where you stand in that relation to that alignment, where you are sitting with your thoughts. It's like a little light bulb that shines and flashes for you when you are out of alignment, and flashes for you when what you are doing is correct. It's about really paying attention to your vibrational body as a response to the thoughts that you are thinking, and trying to achieve the space of internal alignment as it comes through, adjusting the pieces that don't resonate, adjusting the pieces that don't feel like they are yours. When thoughts come to you that are being born by the idea of something that you should be doing, versus the inner light bulb that is telling you how to be, you feel it in your vibrational being. We want you to be able to be aware of that. Let the light help you in guiding you to the right thought, to the thought that is coming from within you, that is serving you, not necessarily to the thought of the idea of how you should be. The energy in which you strive for and seek is unlimited freedom. That is the core motivator of everything that you desire and want. This came as such an important light bulb within you. And we want to give you opportunities to experience this vibration to its fullest. We want you to practice it. We want you to allow space for it. And the way that you experience and practice unlimited freedom is by giving yourself permission to follow that inner guidance system. It is by giving yourself permission to be who you are, releasing the expectations of others, the expectations of society from you, and deciding for yourself where that inner being and inner balance guides you in what direction to follow. And again, it starts with the thoughts and then the feelings that are born from those thoughts. And then eventually, actions are being born into physical reality that support this planet tremendously and one another. It either support the contrast in which you came to experience, or it supports the ease and the balance in which you came to experience as well. Regardless, there is no wrong way in the way that it's being yielded, as long as you are being mindful of how it feels as you think it. We want you to ask yourself, what is unlimited freedom for me? If I had unlimited freedom in this very moment, what would I be thinking about? How would I be feeling? And then what would I be doing? Allowing yourself to understand that process is very important, and it's crucial to your success in this world, in this life, in this body. Your core truth in which you came here is free will. This ability to choose whatever it is that you want. And therefore, the vibration in which you strive to cultivate and be in and fill and feel and live by is unlimited freedom. Because from a space of unlimited freedom, your free will is always free to roam, it's always in action. Those pieces came with you, embedded in your cells, part of your driving force in this body, in this life. And you did that on purpose. You took these energies that are unyielding, these energies that are just the knowing of who you are as a non physical being. Free will and unlimited freedom is truly parts of who you really are as non physical. And you took that and you brought that with you. You brought that here. So when you ask for abundance and money, it's because you want unlimited freedom. When you ask for that space of love and connection, is because you want unlimited freedom. Again, this idea of good and bad that you have cultivated in your society is not necessarily true. Many people will use the word humility, being humble, as something that is good. And many times we tell you that is absolutely not the case. That is minimizing your free will. That is minimizing your power and who you really are. There are many pieces that you call onto in the name of good that actually don't serve you. Just like there's many pieces that you call in the name of bad that don't really serve you to be labeled as such. You might see somebody that's stepping fully into their power and is able to rule from that space of power, either through the money that you see that they have or the power that they hold in your society, and you deem it as bad. But in truth, that soul might absolutely be doing exactly what it's meant to be doing. The purpose was to bring controversy, the purpose was to bring contrast. It was part of the plan. They are fulfilling exactly what they need to from that space of unlimited freedom. And again, we encourage you to begin to release this idea that there is good and there is bad, and understand that in many times it causes you to play very small in your life. And we want you to let that unlimited freedom within you, that choice, that free will that you came with, to be the guiding force in your life. So you can truly step fully into what you have wanted to accomplish and fulfill. Again, what you refer to as destiny. And we will put the side note once again, our friend has talked to you about that, that truly destiny is the free will of the soul. It is just you as non-physical being deciding that you would like to experience these things in your physical existence, and therefore from that space of free will choosing those experiences, and then also knowing that you will forget and will be able to choose once again how you respond to them. The more you can understand your relationship to freedom, the better your life would be. The easier you'd be able to operate under the rules of this world that you are in. Having that perspective, allowing yourself to understand that this is such a small part of your existence. Again, having the awareness of your place within the vastness of the universe gives you an idea of the small role that, in a way, you are choosing to play. And we understand that it feels big. We understand that this is the life you are living from this body. And right now it's everything that you know to be real. But at the same time, we want you to have perspective. We want you to understand that there is more, because that evokes the feeling of unlimited freedom for you. It allows you to remember your free will. And with that, we are complete on the subject. Wow, okay, that was a little hard for me because I constantly kept arguing with them, and they kept telling me to just kind of hang back and give you the information to allow you to just hear those words, because they will resonate and they will be helpful for whoever it is that needs to hear them. That I don't need to be careful in that, that it is important and something that you all need to hear. And I kept taking a seat back and just allowing their information to just come through undiluted. And I hope that it does resonate. I hope that it makes sense for you guys. I asked if there's more they would like to talk to us about, and they said yes. We would like to talk to you about play. We've talked to you about fun before, and we want to open a little bit more play. And play goes hand in hand with the pieces that we were just talking to you about. As a non-physical being, as well as a physical being, play is a very important piece of learning for you, particularly what you would call pretend play. When you start understanding and coming into your own body, your expansion happens very rapidly when you begin to pretend play. When you watch your children move into that phase in their development, you see their rapid growth that happens when they begin to pretend play, where they begin to play up certain scenarios in a setting that feels safe for them. And whether the play is rooted in processing real life events in a different way or it's expansion of their what you would call imagination, it is a very important piece of development and expansion. And it's something that as a non-physical being, you do. You play. You play to expand. You play to understand. You play. And by play, what happens is you basically are inviting thoughts and feelings into your reality that are not necessarily happening in real life, in real physical time. You are inviting scenarios that either happened in your past or might happen in your future, and you run them through that filter of free will. You run them through that emotional vibrational filter, allowing you to feel into how those pieces feel like when you run them through your mind. And you utilize it in your workforce. Many times you will get together with your work teams and you will play up a scenario. You use play is an intricate part of your existence as you grow into adulthood as well. Even though you don't recognize that that's really what this is, play is such an important part of your life. Play allows you to be in a vibration that is not necessarily in the here and now. And it brings forward more clarity as to how to move about your path, how to build your future, or how to heal your past in order to build your future. Play that is rooted in something other than what you would call structural or pretend play is also very important. Play when it comes to, again, escaping the physical moment and being engaged in an opportunity and a task and something that is not necessarily the active force of your everyday life. It's a break from the constant vibration of what you are facing. It allows you to take a break and it allows you to scan a different feeling. When you play tag and you chase after a friend, in that very moment, the task in which you are engaging is that it's not necessarily what you run throughout your day, every single part of your life that's already structured. When you play a ball game, again, you are engaging in a task that pulls you away from your regular thinking patterns. And you put yourself into a different space of thinking and feeling in order to explore and feel into other pieces and opportunities that are different than your normal day to day life. And again, we want you to recognize the different forms of play that you have in your life and recognize that you do that a lot more than you realize. That any time that you take yourself out of your regular routines, anytime you take yourself out and into a space of exploring and experiencing something different, most of the time much more lighthearted, most of the time in a way that feels less heavy, you are able to create clarity for yourself as to the next steps that you might take in your life later that are more rooted in physical reality. And taking time to play, taking time to feel into those aspects in a different way is very important. We brought up the piece about work for a reason because we want you to recognize that even in your regular jobs, there is a lot of play that happens in order to, again, take yourself out of the heaviness of the vibration in which you are experiencing and get an idea of the what if, how it would feel like if we did that, what would happen if we did that, in a way that is lighthearted, in a way that allows you to explore into those vibrations in a safer manner. And again, when you pretend play, when you bring forth scenarios that happened in your past or might happen in your future, and you run them through that lens, you are able to gain a lot of clarity as to that guidance system, that guidance system wakes up for you and helps you understand where you really are in all of this, how much more of that freedom you want to have to make those decisions, how you want to create your reality if you could, which obviously you can and you do all the time. It almost gives you permission to be back in that non physical space to tell you that you can scan these opportunities before they even come and decide from that space if you want to move forward and put more vibrational energy into it in order for it to happen. If you would like to release and let go as you process and work through that. So, again, physical reality can be created differently for you. When you play, you get to practice a lot of those feelings that you wish to have more in your life. Watch your children play. A lot of times their play is rooted in enjoyment, it's rooted in fun, and they are learning how to move through that inner guidance system. They are learning how to stay in alignment as they run those pieces and scenarios through them. And as you grow, again, play become more intricate. It becomes deeper as a form of really exploring and understanding in a safe manner where you are and how you feel about things. So we want you to allow space for that. We want you to really feel into what playing means to you and to really give yourself time to feel into those moments. Those pieces of distraction that happens are not really distraction because during play you learn so much about that inner guidance system. You learn so much about that force within you that guides you, that helps you stay in alignment and connect you to who you really are. And so we've left you with those pieces because we want you to think about them. We want you to think about moments in your life in which you choose play. We want you to think about moments in your life in which you are feeling and moving into the sense of unlimited freedom and your free will that you operate from all the time. We want you to feel the freedom that happens and comes with choosing your thoughts, of this awareness of your vibration that you get to create from, that you get to choose and, in a way, control and then shift from. We want you to let the pieces that we gave you today to just be a guidance so you get to think and open up more of that vibrational alignment within you, of that vibrational process within you. So you can keep creating from that space of alignment. Today was really just about getting you to think and to run these premises through yourself and to feel how they feel with your own inner being and inner truth, because there is no good and bad, not in the way that you see it. We want the relationship with yourself, with your inner being, to be strong and clear. We want you to be able to move through that internal guidance, to let that internal guidance to continue to support you and serve you. And so it's very okay if you find yourself not exactly sure at the end of this episode. It's okay because we wanted you to think. We wanted you to open up to that more and more. Your thoughts are the vibrations that activate your feelings and create your physical reality. And we want you to be good at it. We want you to explore it more and understand it, to give yourself permission to dive into this and to let more come to you in those times that are perfect and harmonious. And with that, we are complete. Okay, that was interesting. I'm definitely thinking I'm going to need to listen to this again. I felt very abstract in a way, but also really important. And I really trust that every time you even listen to this episode, you're going to get more pieces and they're going to make sense to you. This expansion of thinking that they kinda gave us. I was grateful that they kinda ended that with, we know that it's abstract. We know really here we're stretching your thinking. That's kinda how I'm feeling right now. They're stretching my thinking. And I really hope that you feel the same way. I did not plan or expect this to come through. I came very open and again, I'm going to need to reflect on this episode again. I feel like there's a lot of really important pieces that they were talking about that we can apply to our lives that are going to really support us. I really hope that you enjoyed this episode and that it came to you in perfect divine timing. And like I said, I think that there's going to be benefit in listening to it more than once. I know for myself as well. And again, I just want to thank you for being here and inviting me into your lives. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Healing with Hila. If you'd like to explore more, join our amazing community on Patreon for my Midnight Thoughts, exclusive podcast, and so much more. Thank you so much for inviting me into your life. So much love your way.